Hello, this is Annalise Reed with Spirit Walk. I'm doing a program, The New Man, with my mentor, Matthew David Hurtado. And it's day 15 today. I would say day 16, but I started the journal on day 15, or the second day in, whatever. And we're doing a new program, and I had an aha moment. There's been a lot of aha moments with this. First of all, everything we see out there. It's like the God is all in all. Everything we see is there because we attach meaning to it. So if you don't want to see exactly what you're observing that you don't want to have in your life, then change the meaning of it. And there's this thing called SETS, self-entrainment technique. And we were working on it last night in our workshop. And what it is you figure out everything, like in a complaint I have. There's this thing happening at work, and why do I want this to work out at work? Why do I want? Why do I want to have more money? Why do I want to have whatever it is I'm working in? It breaks down to a fruit of the spirit, and gentleness, kindness, meekness, forbearance, long suffering, peace, love, joy, goodness. This cut broke down to today's. What I was working on was peace, and I did a little muscle testing. I did when you stand up and face north, that muscle testing. It came to, on a scale of 1 to 10, 8 to 10 is where you really want to be with all of your fruits of the Spirit. I was on a 6. So the first thing was muscle testing peace. And then literally I'm standing up and I jump to the other side and say, cut. Because it's a movie. We're in a movie. We're making a movie of our lives. If we want to change it, then change the scenery. I was sharing this on a previous video, but then I had a friend call, which is all good. And the video disappeared because I put it on pause. Anyway, here we are, take 2. But take 2 means that what I was talking about was change of scenery, move. I think a couple years ago I was working on I'm going to just jump. This is me being random. But there's a point to this about using the essence of a tree. And with the essence of a tree, they're strong, they're solid, their roots go really deep, and they communicate with each other. There's some roots go straight across and they connect, and they're supported by themselves, and they support each other by interlocking their roots. Other trees' roots go straight down, and when they go straight down, then they connect after they've gone straight down. Some of your larger trees will do that, but some of the spruce will do like straight across and connect. And that's why you'll see at the end of a row of trees, the last tree might fall over because the roots aren't that deep, but they've lost the connection and the support of the neighboring trees because there's nothing to the right of them. I got it right. So, that was my point. The whole point of that was change your movie, change your scenery. Get up and move if you don't like it. Change the people in your life. This is me speaking to me. Change the people, change the scenery, change the setting, and then change how you relate to that. Because every problem we have is not necessarily the problem, because there's always issues. But who are we in relation to the trouble? Anyway, back to, I'm working on peace this morning. I was at a 6 out of 10. Not bad, but not great. I'm not going to make my best decisions being at a 6 as opposed to an 8 or a 10. Anyway, flipped it around, yelled cut, my way of yelling cut. Someone did karate chop. That was so cute. Cool, something. Anyway, and then you go to your third corner, and this is your I am presence that talks about, would you like to be a 10 out of 10, or would you like to stay at a 6? And the obvious answer, obviously, is that I would like to be a 10 out of 10 for all the fruits of the Spirit. Except I'm not so sure about the long suffering, but maybe long suffering at a 10 out of 10 means I have actually, patience. We're digressing again. Back to peace. Yeah, I'd like to be a 10 out of 10 for peace. And then I get to, there's a third corner, which is actually a fourth corner. So the first corner was, where am I? Second corner was cut, so I changed the scenery. Or change a scene, or change a chapter in my book and start a new chapter, etc. We don't have to change books. We just have to change a chapter in our book. And then third one is our I am presence, or the divine thought, or God, or whatever you want to call it. higher power, higher being, whatever your phrasing is. That one is coming in saying, would you like to be a 10 out of 10 or not? And the obvious answer, if you're here and I'm here, why would you even be listening to this if you weren't going to try and be a 10 out of 10 on all the fruits of the Spirit? Okay, coaching. The whole coaching was kind of interesting because I'm like, okay, I'm coaching myself, and this is why I want to be a 10 out of 10. But what it was, I was listening to Herb Fitch this morning. He's got a lot of good, older gentleman, long past, but the video I was listening to him was from 1972, I think. And he was talking about we're all covered by the cloak of Christ consciousness, or Jesus's cloak, or whatever. But there's nothing outside of us that isn't us. There's nothing outside of this that's not connected to us. And this is the whole idea of be the change you want to be. Because when you change where you're coming from, then you can change, that changes the world because it's all connected. You know, the butterfly effect. You know the butterfly effect, I'm not going to explain it. So anyway, I get to my fourth thing, and I'm coaching myself, and I'm like, if we're all one, and we all have the Christ consciousness cloak, and we're all covered, and there's no seam because we're all connected, and we're all looking for or reaching for the divine in us, so why not be a 10 out of 10 at peace? Because if I'm a 10 out of 10, there's nothing, if we're all connected, there's nothing outside of me that I need to be unpeaceful about. I can just choose, and this is a choice. We can get all caught up, I do it all the time too, with what's going on in the world. And it's not anything I can change. All I can change is what I can do here. And today, I chose peace, 10 out of 10. So, self-entrainment technique. All it is simply a choice, and it might be a choice we come back 5-10 minutes later and we're still at a 6. I might still be at a 6, but I didn't get that far. I didn't go back to do the second or the third or the fourth rendition of it, just to double check that. So I love that, the whole within, without, so within, so without, that we talk about. So everything that I'm doing affects everybody else, and everything anyone else is doing affects me, but we all want love, kindness, patience, goodness, etc. So we're all looking for that, and so we can be a little bit more patient with ourselves and a little bit more patient with others while we're looking for that. Until next time.